Hello and welcome to a day in my life as a law student in Boston. I start off my day by teaching online. It's my part-time job and I teach English as a second language, so I logged on for my first lesson at 6 a.m. after I got ready. Afterwards, I finished getting ready. The sun was absolutely beautiful, the sky was beautiful, and I packed my lunch, put in my ice pack, brushed my teeth, and put on my hat. This is actually, my brother knitted this hat, and then my brother's girlfriend knitted that scarf, and I got it for Christmas. So I put those on and then took off to go to school. In my opinion, this is the prettiest part of BU with the chapel and the arches. It actually looks nothing like this right now because we got dumped on with like 23 inches of snow. So now this is what it looks like. But I arrived at school and then I had to do some printing because for one of my classes, the professor gave us the PDFs for the first couple of weeks of readings. So I went through and I printed out the reading, which is on the best evidence doctrine. And then I took that upstairs to go do some studying. I've got over an hour until my first class of the day. So it's actually my first class of the semester of this class. So I'm a little bit nervous because we will be cold called, that's what the professor said. Right now I'm going to go work on a reading for natural resources and I'm going to go up to the 17th floor. It's at the very top in the ILJ for International Law Journal area. It's just a great study space because you have such a great view of the city, so I'll show that. This is the 17th floor of the BU Tower, which is the top floor, and this is also where the journals are located, and I'm in International Law Journal. They have all these snacks here. We did pay dues, so like our money goes into this kind of thing, but they always have this available so that you can go grab a snack whenever you want. And I went and took a table in the corner. There's just a really great view of the Charles River and also the city skyline. And it always feels very warm in there because of all the sunlight. And I started off with my natural resources homework, and natural resources has been very interesting because it's closely tied to environmental law, but gets into a little bit different topics because environmental law tends to focus on Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, NEPA, those kinds of statutes, whereas natural resources is looking more at what does the government do with the land that it has, that it owns federally. And we've gotten through land management of forests, talking about the Forest Service, and that was really interesting. So I've been really enjoying this class so far. A guy just came over to wait for the elevator with me. He's working here and he has like a big desk he's moving, and it would have fit both him and me in the desk in here. And I came and stepped inside and he didn't come in immediately, and I held the door and I was like, I get to kind of wait, and he goes, go ahead. I was like, okay. It's really scary. Anyway, I'm heading to class. I'm in like a glass conference room. I really don't like it when there's a class right before mine in the classroom because then I can't go in and camp out before my class. The funny thing about this classroom also is that this chair feels really high. Oh, it goes down really slowly. The classroom that I have for this class is the same classroom that I have for my other two classes. So I have 3 classes in the same classroom. It's going to feel like one big blur of spring semester because I'm going to spend so many hours in this singular classroom. It's going to be ridiculous. So I've got to at least make sure I get in there early enough that I can get a seat in a different spot so that I'm not sitting in the same place. I need to feel some sort of differentiation between each class, but that'll be starting in about 30 minutes. I'm TAing for a class and I have to go introduce myself, but it takes place at the same time as one of my own classes. So I let the professor know, and the professor I'm TAing for also let the professor know, but I'm going to be a couple minutes late. I'm going down now. It's just like name, words of wisdom here. See how it goes. I am back in my apartment, and it's been a really relaxing evening so far because I came back and then I got off early so I could go for a walk on my way back up because I've just been cooped up all day long. And then I called my dad and talked to him and my stepmom, which is really nice to catch up. And now I'm in my apartment. Oh, also, I have curtains now. I don't think I showed it earlier. I have curtains. I got them for Christmas, which is really exciting, and it's so bright in here at nighttime, so now I can actually close it up. But anyway, I have something really stressful. I have paperwork, which is my least favorite thing in the world. I have to send back my lease renewal for this apartment, and it's not online, which is very interesting. I just, everything's online these days. Taxes, insurance, medical proof, rental, lease stuff. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. I would so much rather be doing a reading or something for law school than this. So I'm gonna get this done first because I hate it that much. I actually had to call the landlord today, or the lease company, because I didn't understand the instructions on the paper, and I understood them, but I had 3 clarifications I wanted to make with them. So I called and she answered my questions, which makes it slightly less intimidating because I was afraid I was gonna do the wrong thing. But anyway, I'm gonna get this done now. My mom and I went to like a little noodle bar kind of thing recently, and we got this vegan mushroom ramen dish, and there were a ton of leftovers. So I still got leftovers for at least tonight and definitely tomorrow night. I actually have this really perfect noodle bowl that I use whenever I have ramen that my aunt gave me, and it has the little broth spoon and everything. So I'm going to be having my ramen. It's so good. And I'm going to be reading at the same time. It's called How to Walk Away by Catherine Center, and my mom recommended it to me. It's really good. I'm enjoying it. My mom's actually calling right now. Speak of the devil. Hang on. Okay, I have no idea what I was saying, but I just want to show, I added peas and carrots because I didn't think there were enough veggies, and there are a few bits of seaweed left in here. I've been obsessed with seaweed. I actually had seaweed with lunch as well today too. Oh, I remember what I was saying. So this book is really good. My only qualm with it is that it's more lighthearted than I expected it to be because it's quite a serious topic. So I guess I assumed it would take on a more somber tone at times, and it does have a very somber tone very often, but it's just way more lighthearted than I was anticipating. It's very buoyant in a lot of places. It springs back, bounces back. It's a lot of cheerfulness. I've got evidence and corporations readings to do. I just took out my contacts to do it, and I don't know if you've ever noticed, if you've watched some of my videos, and if you happen to be a very observant person, you may have noticed I have very short fingernails. As of late, I've left this thumb long, and it's a little bit shorter right now. I just picked it off because of what just happened. But I was taking out my contacts, and it's been a while since I've worn contacts, and I don't think my thumbnail's ever been this long, and I went to take out my contact, and I totally scraped my eyeball with my nail, like gouged into it, because I usually there's nothing here. Anyway, I can see, so I think all is well. I don't even know what I'm doing for home. I'm gonna start with evidence. It's a shorter reading. I did most of it already, so that I would have less to do later in the week. I prefer to front load everything earlier in the week. I'm not sure how I feel about it so far. The professor is super duper nice, but the content, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. We shall see. So I'm gonna start doing the reading for this and taking notes. Since I filmed this, what I've discovered about evidence is that it's very scattered in a way. There's not an outline or a flow to it, because usually when you take a law class, you have a lot of case law that you read and build upon, but evidence is just very much based on a bunch of different rules, and there's no logical sequence to it for how you study, so it just makes for we're just bouncing all around the book. The professor isn't having us go in any particular order, but it's making sense, and it's actually more interesting because you can really understand just how hard it is sometimes to get something admitted in court. Today was less detailed of a vlog than I would have liked to have made. The problem was that once I went to my first class, which I hardly showed, then I went straight from there to a study room, and I was hanging out with my friend, so I obviously wasn't recording at that point of the day. And then after that, I went straight to the TA thing, which I mentioned on the staircase, which went well, by the way. I mean, not that it could have really gone badly. I only had to speak in front of them for a total of 15 seconds. But it was great. I introduced myself to the class of 1Ls who I'm going to be working with as a TA. I can't remember if I really said this before. But yeah, I'll be TAing criminal law, which I'm really excited about. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to help students and to just reaffirm criminal law in my own studies. After that, I went straight to corporations, and that was my laptop. It doesn't like darkness. It turns off when I have brightness around it. But I went to corporations after that, and I have to say, I already know corporations is going to be the most boring class that I'm taking. It's not the professor's fault or anything. It's just the content matter does not strike my fancy. But I have to prepare for the bar, which is why I'm doing it. So anyway, now I'm going to do some more homework. I'm taking a practicum, and I have to prepare for a project I'm going to be doing with a real attorney. It's like real, actual, impactful work. So I'm going to shower first, get into bed, do that work, and then hang out for the rest of the evening. I also wanted to just quickly talk about too, I'm excited for this semester, and I love learning and I love taking classes, but I have to say I kind of was hoping it would be a slightly easier semester because I'm not taking ballet, which I don't know why I thought that would free up so much time, because I mean ballet was an hour and a half twice a week, and it took time to get there, to change, to go back to school. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna have so much time this semester, but I really don't still, and I think it's because I'm doing 2 doctrinal classes, which are heavier. They're both 4 credits, and then I'm also doing a practicum, of course, and then I'm also doing a 3-credit class, which it all just adds up so quickly. I brought my French textbook back here after winter break, and I had such good intentions of like regularly each day working out of my French textbook, but there's no time, and it's like technically I could do it tonight, but then I'm not doing other things I have to do. Like, it's a never-ending to-do list in law school, and no matter how much time I spend on something, I'm never done unless it's literally in between semesters. And that's one of the most frustrating things, I think, because even though I was very, very busy back in college, I could at least have some evenings per week, like on the weekend, where I'd be like, okay, yes, I'm done. I've finished all my homework. I can relax. Whereas here, there's just always something. So for journal, for example, I have a 20-page draft due in just a couple of weeks. But before then, also for journal, I have to go and finish all of my text checks and source codes, which is for editing and for publication of the journals that we're going to be publishing. It's fun, but I feel a sense of guilt that I'm not taking that time for French, for violin, which I haven't gotten to practice in a while, and for writing, which I miss writing. I really miss writing. That being said, I do still love law school. As frustrating as it can be, I'm not upset by it. I just wish I had a little bit more time. Oh my gosh, I had the camera facing the other way because it makes it a tad clearer. And here I am venting about law school. And all the while I look like I look crazy with my mascara underneath my eyelashes like that. Oh my gosh. I look like I've just stayed up all night and then went partying or something. I'm so sorry you had to look at me while I was complaining. Is that better? The lighting is so bad in here. There's no light around my mirror, it makes it impossible to do makeup in this bathroom. I can never see my face very well, which is also why it's dim right now in the video. Okay, I need to stop ending my vlogs in the bathroom. That's just weird. I am done with this vlog now. I am going to finish up my schoolwork for the evening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was fun coming along with me on a day in my life in law school. Hopefully there'll be more vlogs to come. I'm going to be traveling this weekend, so I'll probably vlog during that as well, so stay on the lookout for that next vlog as well. But thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your week.